right? Either it's going to be the Swain or it's going to be the Volibear, right? Because most of the time it is the Volibear. But given the interest right now, it looks like it's gonna be neither. They're gonna be letting that champion be free for Thundertalk's taking, and maybe for the first time we can see KBG finally picking this champion up. But Thundertalk has other thoughts. They say, all right, let's hear for Shen of XBuy.
This is also a strong denial from KBG, because we all know that KBG is a team that can utilize the Shen pickup to the T. They have perfected the Shen composition ever since it was introduced. And now KBG, this is one of your worries. The tone on the Kazakhs is definitely not a side that you want to see if you're a fan of KBG. But if you are, if you are the coaching staff of KBG, it's also sending a message to Thundertalk. Hey, you know what? Whatever you have, we are so ready for you. And this Kazakhs will most likely build Serpent's Fang as his first item.
Absolutely bash through the armor here of Thundertalk. Bang!
Wow,
right now are focusing so much on the shields, focusing so much on the engage. Every single champ that they have picked up will not hesitate going in. Camille, Rakan, this is just perfect for the playstyle of Thundertalk.
You go for the Fiora here for sure, right? If you're KBG. Jax is okay, right? Against the Camille. This means that if there will ever be a Hextech ultimatum paired with a Stand United, a Jax will be able to survive that all in. So this Jax will be on the weak side, definitely, trying to absorb as much pressure, being that decoy while waiting for the other members of KBG to get online, to get all the necessary items, to have that necessary advantage come later stages of the game.
But I have the concerns though on this Jax pick. As a Renekton main, wouldn't you recommend them picking up that champion instead?
Renekton?
Especially
No.
that there's a lot of shield here on Thundertalk.
The concern I do have with the Renekton is that it's never going to survive against the Camille and the Shen on top of each other. If you have the Jax, you have Counter-Strike, you have the ult, which means that this is actually the only champion in the top lane that can survive an all-in combo from the Camille. I guarantee you that. Not to mention that SMY could also be there to provide support to the Camille. I really think that this Jax pickup was definitely a necessity on the top side.
I love it. When KBG managed to overcome the gank of Thundertalk through the Shen, through the Camille, that's when they can strike. That's when the Dawn can actually go in and punish every single bit of mistake of Thundertalk. Wow. Good respect. Big respect on Anran.
3 marksmen was taken away in the second rotation of a ban. And of course, that's Wayne that we discussed earlier just now. Kiyoung has been taken away as well, which means that KBG would be able to get their priority on the Ziggs, sorry, on the Quirky. Now, Lux hasn't been changed in the patch that we are on right now, right? So if you have missed, there's like a lot of changes on the Lux as a champion that I feel that, it's one of the strongest champions right now in the current live servers. But I don't expect it to be shown at least right now. Thundertalk is going for curveball here, going for Jhin, and going for an Akali. This is a good counter to a double marksman composition KBG is planning to do.
And this is an explosive, again, big investment on being that explosive lineup here for Thundertalk.
Yeah.
Soil is just magnificent on this champion. It's actually one of the main differences of Soil and Shama's. Shama hasn't actually picked up this champion just yet.
Okay.
He mostly focuses on the Corki, as we do see, and mostly on the edge. But this time, since they have picked up the Fiora instead, it's going to be a different approach by KBG.
Okay, the power of the red side, right? Being allowed to pick or have that counter pick as your last pick, and KBG is saying that, hey, you know what? We're not comfortable to play double marksman compositions into an Akali, especially if it is the Akali Z, the legendary mid laner from Horizon Cup, right? And so now the safer choice is for them to go for the Jax. I know for a fact that Fiora can win against the Camille on the top side if it's just a 1v1 scenario, but when you have the Shen being allowed to really ride on your back, then it's a totally different story. And just looking at the draft alone, I hate to say it, but it does look like it's a favor to one team, and that team is Thundertalk.
I am on you on this. Thunder Talk having this kind of composition not only shows mastery on their champions, but also confidence that they will be able to use this draft to take down KBG at least in this first game. Quite an adaptation that KBG has showcased, but it's going to take a lot of scaling, a lot of buying time for them to actually execute this and eventually take control of this game as well. Because Fiora, it does take some time. It also has to win the lane. Jax is so difficult to actually fully utilize here, especially with an AP matchup.
Yeah, for sure. And also to note that you cannot really counter-strike most of the damage coming from the Akali, as well as the Jhin, right? Like if the Jhin opens his curtain call, it's not dodgeable, so to speak. And there were instances in where we've seen Unrun 9 play the Jax before, that he didn't really have the best at times, and same can be said for Z, right? However, in the totality of the lineup, they thought that they wanted to be safe, and they're trusting the tone to really be that difference maker. Because if this Kha'Zix doesn't go online, it's going to be very hard.
At most, he was able to, win the game, but in terms of impact, it's mostly just side lane control here of KBG, Jax. So that can be concerning, especially that the burst is still real here coming in from Thunder Talk. It's one of the reasons why Gwen is one of those favored matchups against the Jax as well, which we have seen being executed a lot here in the Champions League Asia. And right now, this is again a lot of avenues that Thunder Talk can actually fully utilize. Right now, they're playing things really safe, waiting for the power spikes in terms of level here for Thunder Talk. That's when they can actually land the blows against KBG.
Yeah, I wanted a side lane showdown between KG and Shin. However, we are being, I would say, prevented to see that matchup as of yet, as we see both the Baron laners matching up with the duos. You look at UU now, and this is not as scary, but by the time that the Alistar becomes level 5, then that will definitely be a scary sight.
Oh man, that's engaged. SMY just having a little bit of a banter here into the bottom lane. Shama and UU will be safe. No mana for Shama. I think he has to recall, maybe get the honey fruit and we'll be fine. But top side, this is a lot more pressure on the side of KG. That's a lot of plates that Soil was able to take, especially with the influence of X5.
Yeah, that's 2 tower plates on the top side. I'm trying to remember. Oh, hold that thought and run.
Jhin doing the damage here. Onto Unrun, force the flash away from him and the Dawn as well.
Yep, okay.
Will be walking away. That's how scary Thunder Talk is.
True, but that is also the value of the Jax, right? Like, if it was any other champion, that champion would most likely be dead by that time. Right? But because of the counter-strike, also being able to leap strike from one point over the wall, it's definitely going to be a lot easier to escape those random death encounters. And if you are in run 9 though, you have to be careful. You have to remember that instance can not happen again, especially with the caliber of a lineup that Thunder Talk has right now. If Thunder Talk ever gets the lead, man, it's so hard to face against them.
The only upside here, I would say, on the side of KBG right now with the Jax pick, with the Fiora pick, if they get to reach the Jhin here of Soil, then there's absolutely no way that Soil can actually escape.
Oh, sure.
Aside from using the flash, aside from being helped by SMY.
Yeah.
But most of the members here of Thunder Talk will be focusing right in front of them. So again, Soil needs to be extra careful a lot of times, especially in terms of setting up the team fight, because he will be using the curtain call. He will be trying to create some space for himself as well. That's when KBG can actually strike him down.
Yeah, it's much like Thunder Talk is just doubling down and being the aggressor in this lineup. They're not going to go front or back, but rather going all in and try to focus down all those squishing members that KBG does have. Good repose coming from KG.
Yeah. Just defending this tower in the top lane. You're going to be joining him as well. That is good. That's already a lot of plates that Thunder Talk was able to get, and it's helping them at least get some avenues of gold on one of the lanes, because KBG is still being able to meet their economic needs right now. Actually, they're the ones leading by a small margin, and that is actually a good sign for KBG.
Yeah, and when it comes to the late game, with a Jax fully online, Corki and Fiora will also be a very scary trio for sure. But if you're Thunder Talk, you actually have a lot more easier team composition to execute, right? You go in with the Hextech Ultimatum followed up by all the CCs coming from Thunder Talk. It will just be an easy meltdown on that one member that they will focus down. And if you're KBG, you just have to be careful, okay? Especially now that Xiaoma is being spotted. That package, all they want to do if you're Thunder Talk is to let it expire.
And they go. That's a package. That's a flash as well to try and disengage.
Wow.
That will be enough. Soul gets taken down. Follow-up comes through from XBuy and SMY, but I don't think it's going to be enough as well. He might fall down.
Okay.
Good use of the Honey Fruit to try and heal back
Oh,
up. Z engages. That's the flash initiated.
All right.
They're trying to chase down Yu, but they focus instead on Xiaoma taking the 1-for-1.
It is indeed a 1-for-1, but I still favor Thunder Talk in that trade. But Unrun 9 is here to be that equalizer. Tuma knockup.
Wow, that's good. That's a kill. Z picks up one, but has to trade this life. SMY will try to disengage, but will be met with a coffin instead. Advantage for KBG.
3-4-2. Dragon going over to KBG. XBuy not yet done. And KBG going to disengage. Will most likely start the Rift Herald right here, right now. Starting it very explosive. KBG was able to turn the table.
Perfect manipulation on the positionings there in that team fight. Let's check that one out.
Yeah, this is Yu at his finest. Just going in, flashing in with the Proto Belt. Man, oh man, what a catch coming from KBG.
Perfect for KBG. And now Thunder Talk answering back with the pressure in the top side river. No steal gonna be coming through. But there was an attempt coming from Deton. Fortunately, Thunder Talk was able to take it down. But again, they actually go in. Yu might be in trouble. That's the RH charging the mid lane. 4 shots.
Okay.
Fortunately, Yu's still safe.
True. I don't think it's enough to kill him, but that is still a miss. Still, Thunder Talk was able to equalize the objectives. Now was able to get that tower in the mid lane, which gives more avenue or space for Thunder Talk's mid laner or mid lane duo to really be there to support their side laners, because this does look to me that it's all going to be about the side lane, especially knowing that the Camille and the Fiora come late game. Those are the two champions you don't really want to face in the side lane. And in the 1v1 scenario, we all know those Kiyoung, Fiora, of course, should end up winning against the Camille in a 1v1.
And with 2 kills right now in the bag here of KG, he will be dictating whatever happens in that matchup right now against Shin. And that's not a good sign for Thunder Talk. Losing one lane is one of the things that can lead to KBG eventually winning this game. Z doing a really good job. He knows that he can win against Andaran at this point in the match, so he will translate some gold for Thunder Talk to actually, try and scale up.
Oh, that's on. Not really going for the Serpent's Fang as his first item buy. Goes for the Dusk Blade of Rakthar instead. And that's okay, that's respectable, but they need some way to really cancel out those shields. They will be spotting SMY. SMY will have to use his ultimate to disengage.
Will be fine. KBG had that opportunity, but the other members are actually too far away. SMY though doesn't have ult, and that means that Thunder Talk won't be engaging for at least a while here in this 8.5 minute mark. No objectives to be picked up just yet. It's still around 40 seconds before the Dragon spawns up.
Quite hard to see the tower in our dark mode map. But we have to make do with what we are seeing right now. Looks like that we have 2 towers already being destroyed here by Thunder Talk. The pressure is on still for Z. He was able to get the grand challenge. He's going in.
Yeah, there is the shield coming in from the Shen. There's the help though from Yu. Punishing with the help of the tower as well. XBuy will just try to disengage. Z is down already, and KBG gets another win.
That's a masterful act by Yu. Again, just predicting that they would go all in and try to kill down KG, being there at the right place and at the right time. KBG was able to get a return kill. However, Thunder Talk not yet done. Will most likely get the tower here in the bot lane. Some extra shenanigans on the top side though. Shin?
Yu. Good takedown. Soil though might need to fall back. As right now Xiaoma is threatening possibly 2 kills. Does have a flash, but won't be using it for the meantime.
He held back his flash, especially knowing that SMY still has a lot of crowd control in him. We look into the replay here as we see, I think this was the dive that they were able to do against UU. Fourth shot, collector. Was there even a collector for Soil to really collect this? It was actually indeed a trap that was able to get a kill against the Alistar. But that is, again, two people from Thunder Talk that was not respected by UU. UU has to remember that his health was already chunked down by the earlier interaction. And yeah, those are the things that you just have to clean, especially in this BO7 series.
SMY, that's the shield being used by XBuy. Not gonna be a good sign here for Thunder Talk, as KBG is wanting to establish control on this bot side river. Threatening for a second dragon. XBuy goes in, but it gets pushed. Flash in, no steal gonna be happening. The Dawn doing a really good job, but KG being threatened here by Shin. That's a grand challenge. Backline though will be breached as Xiaoma uses the flash just to escape. Shen falling down. That's Z once more. Shuriken not landing the execute kill as Z is being met by Anran instead. Gets taken down. KBG answering back. But oh my god, double grenade! That's the burst! Soil finding an angle for Thunder Talk. Now Shin once more kills. The Ton answers back, but just wants to push him away. KBG has won the fight, but Thunder Talk still answering back.
KeepS Gaming though has 2 dragons, but that was a sight to see. Concussive grenades getting 2 heads for Soil. That's a very satisfying interaction. We look into that replay once again. And we would see here that Z really did his job in trying to penetrate and find Xiaoma. But Xiaoma, quick to his feet, did not use his flash in the earlier interaction, was able to survive this all in. And that, to me, is the difference maker in favor of KBG. But we have to wait for that real highlight of the play. And that is a concussive grenade that Soil went to deliver to the heads of KBG. Look at this. Bang, bang, bang.
Oh man.
Wow, okay.
Perfect.
Love it.
I love it as well. That was a sight to see indeed. But still, KBG, 2 dragons, team fight win. This is not again a good sign for Thunder Talk. They have been looking for avenues to turn the tides around, but it's not being allowed by KBG.
Indeed. Both teams very equally matched, and both of the teams does have the win sticking to their win conditions. KBG just wants to scale up. And again, with 3 dragon win condition, it's just going to be a lot harder for Thunder Talk to come back if they ever surrender the 3rd one. So in terms of pressure, Thunder Talk just has to be able to find all those picks that they need. They have some good pick composition, especially knowing that they have the Camille, they have the Akali, they have the Rakan, right? Like they can easily get one hit in an instant. But when it comes to the 5v5, that's when KBG will be able to display their mastery, especially knowing that KBG, again, with their experience, is just able to do anything.
XBuy, there is the shield. The Thon will be met. That's not a good sign for KBG, but there's a follow-up coming in from Andran and Yuyu. It's not going to be enough though. The damage comes through from Soil still, and Shin survives. Perfect engage by Thunder Talk. The follow-up is perfect as well. They read the moves of KBG, and they take 3
You look
kills.
at Xiaoma. Okay, Xiaoma did get met by Z, but Xiaoma was able to disengage. Now the Baron is open for the taking for sure. No jungler for KBG means that Thunder Talk is just so ready to get this purple worm. There is indeed a ward that can be teleported on. That got spotted, that got dewarded, and Thunder Talk Winsard gets a purple buff to really buff their team.
KBG has been getting the minor objectives all throughout the game, but Thunder Talk has taken the big one, the Baron Nashor now, to establish control on all 3 lanes.
Yeah, and this is again the power of the pick composition. We look into as to how Thunder Talk played this under 9 using his counter strike very proactively, and immediately the response by Thunder Talk is to use the Hex Ultimatum with the Shen. This is where they're strong at. This is their power, and one pick really would result into resets for the team of Thunder Talk. It's just so easy to execute. This just goes to show the evolution of Thunder Talk. Like right now, they just know what their win condition is, and their win condition is to get those picks and do not let KBG to group up.
The Thon as well not having the best of time right now. That was an ambitious move that he made, trying to engage onto Shin and XY, right? And that cost him his life, and no resets for KBG. And now Thundertalk leading the game 4,000 gold, and this time they can contest for this third dragon.
For sure, the only positive bright spot for KBG has been KG on this Fiora, but this can still get stolen by KBG. If they end up winning this team fight, getting that dragon, that will be boost to their win rate.
That's the Unbreakable Will going to be casted. Good use of the package to zone out the members here of Thundertalk, but he focused on the dragon. Who's going to get it? Looks like it's going to be KBG steal with the taunt. Perfect right now, but Thundertalk looking for the kills. They want to avenge themselves. The taunt this time looking to escape, but it's being met with bullets here from the Jhin, and Z will just end his life.
Now the question is, can Thundertalk finish the job and end this game? We all know the 3 dragons is just too much, especially when it comes to the late game. Thundertalk just needs to do it now and finish this game right here, right now. They're now trying to open up the base here. Bot lane tower, close to half health. Mid lane tower is going to be the route here by Thundertalk. What can KG do?
10 seconds remaining here before Yu action spawns, and Thundertalk is now sprinting their way to secure this Nexus. The shields are doing the work. KG as well holding the fort, and Thundertalk will fall back.
Oh man, KBG was able to defend the Nexus thanks to the big shield. Patch 4.2 again when it comes to towers getting destroyed pre-18 minutes. It will allow for the Nexus to have that anti-push shield. You saw it there. KBG needed every bit of it, which brings me to the next question. Is this 6k gap that we are looking at, the goal difference for Thundertalk, is it enough to really win against the 3 dragon stacks of KBG? Because in theory, to me, 3 dragon stack is equivalent to 5k. So this game is actually fair and equal, looking at their strong points. It all comes down to execution, and again, my theory about the 3 dragon being the win condition or being an auto win condition will be put to test here, Guillaume. Can Thundertalk win against this very scary lineup of KBG right now?
The Ton doing a really good job right now with this Kha'Zix pick to push the boundaries and secure the elemental dragons for KBG. That's something that they were actually struggling against their other matchups, but right now it's looking so pristine. Only one question remains. Can KBG secure the Elder Dragon and finally close this game out? Because Thundertalk has been threatening time and time again. Even if they lose the dragons, they always win the fights.
Again, in a 5v5, KBG would win for sure, right? Like right now, you have a 3 dragon joining your team. Infernal Dragon is just too much to handle. But if the pick happens, if the Hextech Ultimatum will be able to lock down one priority target, be it you, be it anyone else, it will be very scary for KBG because they have to fight as 5, not as 4. And when you look at the top side, there is a threat happening right now. Shin is really owning the top side despite the goal lead that KG was able to surmount on that Fiora.
Perfect use of the Sand United as well to help him out, and that forced KG back. Tower takedown, top side being threatened by Shin. Again, this is one of the scary things with this kind of composition that Thundertalk has. They can go for the 3-dimensional play here in this game and threaten not only for team fights but also for side lane control.
Yeah, we're going to look into the teleport enchants as well, right? Because those will be key. Does KG have it? He doesn't. He does have the stasis enchant, which means that if a fight breaks out here in the Elder Dragon, he won't be there to support his team. But if you're KBG, there's no reason for them to start the fight, right? Like right now, they want to prep up the wave before even attempting to start a team fight. The Elder Dragon is now being started on run 9, trying to go back, trying to buy at least a little bit more items to really help them push their lead further. Again, we're looking at a goal lead in favor of Thundertalk, but we cannot discount the fact that KBG was able to get 3 dragons.
Best dragons as well, right? You have the Ice Dragon, you have the Mountain Dragon, you have the Infernal Dragon. Every single bit in terms of combat is increased for KBG. And eventually, they will be the ones in an advantage in terms of combat as well, because as long as the game goes by, then Andarin is going to be good. Right now, Yu is just trying to initiate. Here comes Andarin as well, dealing damage here onto X5, but still is met now with a backstab as a Z-Shin executed him, but not onto the Khan, but they will get the cow. That's a perfect execution onto Andarin, taking him down, and suddenly Thunder took control.
It was never even a 5v5. KG was left on the top side, and KBG just easily got backdoored in that clash. Elder Dragon heads over to Thunder Talk, and that, I believe, is enough to equalize the 3 Dragons advantage that KBG was able to get. SMY trying to find the strugglers here. KG and the Tone has to go back. This 2 big buffs joining Thunder Talk will be just so big for TT.
Oh man, KBG this time around has lost an opportunity to take the Elder Dragon through that surprise position of Z, and now with the Baron, they're looking to be more confident. The Ton needs to jump away, he did, but still is being threatened with a chase. Fortunately was able to back away. KBG needs to be a lot more careful this time.
Thunder Talk again is now in firm control. Never mind the 3 dragon stacks. If you have the double trouble of the Baron and the Elder Dragon buff, and you are looking at the minimap right now, you will be seeing that Shen is the one split pushing. One stand united, and he can join the team immediately.
KG looking for a backstab for his own as well. He's just waiting patiently.
Where's the Elder? Where's the Elder?
Stalls. The dragon is the dragon buff is doing the work as the Alistar gets blown up. Right now they're starting for the end. They want to focus on the Nexus, but KBG wants to prevent them from doing so. It's not gonna be enough. Thunder Talk takes game 1.
Thunder Talk flexes and sends a message. KBG, you may be the champions of WRL Season 2, but this game 1